Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, August 28th, and we're looking at the last 2 days of the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader. And the same theme today, but before I get to that, just a couple of things I'd like to talk about these videos. I have 850 subscribers. I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to it. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of these videos. I do them every morning and night, Monday through Friday. If you like what you see, hit the like button for me. I appreciate it, right? Put a lot of time and effort into these for free, trying to help people. So hit the like button. You have comments or suggestions that you do like or you want to make better, please feel free to write them at the bottom of the video. And I've now made it even easier than ever. I have the link put on the description of the video. So why don't you come and join us at CamelbackTrading.org's live voice trading room to get many years of experience and a play-by-play of how this market breaks down every day. Okay, so let's get to what happened today. So again, we open in balance in value, and for a good part of the day, most of the day, we trade all of M period, right? We know how important M period is the following day. Well, basically, we traded it. We lifted our head above it in G and H, came back into it, and then once again, the outliers. This is like the redheaded stepchild, I guess. K, L, and M. I mean, L is becoming more of a instigator than M is these days. M's range yesterday was large, but M's range a couple of days this week wasn't that large. It was L that was the catalyst to get this market going. So we go out with a price probe, a trend day up that held, a price spike. We have a beautiful afternoon pullback low, and we're also 9 wide. I know ES is 10 wide, but we only got to 9 wide. As far as my trades today, I had a good day. Now, before I get to the trades during the day, I did go home. I still have small, so I had the 350 puts coming in small. Added a little early this morning, took small off down here when we came in, and then put some more on up here. So I'm going home long, only 10 of the 350 September 14th calls, and I also started a small September 14th 350. Not calls, puts. I'm long the September 14th 350 puts. Maybe it should be the calls. I'm long 10 of those, and I started a small position in the 355 puts, also September 14th expiration. Again, not because the market's bad. Obviously, it's very healthy, but it is, for my money's worth, starting to get a little stretched. So I'm just looking for it to trade sideways at some point in the next 2 weeks. Nothing big, nothing major. I'm still trading both sides of the market intraday. Now, as far as my trades, I didn't do a lot today. I traded in and out of those 350 puts a couple of times today. Like I said, I added on in the morning, took some off, added back on here, took some off, and then I get added back on to go home long 10 of them. But in B period, I did take a short I thought we were going to get M's range towards the bottom. Didn't happen. I was looking for it. Actually held on to it. In C period, took it down. It finally got to value low and took them off. So those were the 350 puts that expired today. So all my day trading were expirations for today. Then, when I got out of the put, C period, got to a very visual level. I didn't think we would have single prints to the downside that early in the day. The indices were up. We had unchanged value. So I took a long position, the 347 calls. That ended up working out. Held them, actually. They went back up. D couldn't take out C's low. Was long a little more. Filled the single prints, and that was that. So that was a good trade. G, we finally got above M's high. Stopped at L's high from yesterday. Took a short. It was a rotational day at the time. Took it back to POC. That was the 350 puts. And the POC at that time was down here, not all the way up here. So that was a good trade. And then probably my best trade of the day was when I was looking for the afternoon pullback low. And we got it. I bought calls in I think I bought some in the N of H, but then I bought an I. When I took out H, it was at values low at the time. As long as we stayed above A and B, I was fine. I actually did it a couple of times. Went up, took some off, came back on twice. I think twice I added on after the original, rode it back to park, and actually held some all the way up until where value high was at the time. So that was a good trade. And that was all the trading I did for the intraday. I did take the 355 puts late in the day when we were all the way up here. So it was a decent day, good day trading. The room had a good day. We had a very good week in the room, actually. We called seeing the market very, very well. Again, late in the day when it started doing what it was doing, I just stayed pretty much neutral. But, man, we called this day. We said if it gets accepted into M's range, we're going to trade it. Well, that's exactly what happened. I said I don't think we'll get single prints because the indices were up, values unchanged. It's not like it's low. As long as we hold M's low, I think we're going to go right back. That's exactly what it did. And same up here. Back and forth. The afternoon pullback was a perfect call, and the room capitalized on it beautifully. All right. Destinations for Monday. 350.72, which is today's high. It is now a weekly high and an all-time high. And then 350.95, which I'm going to use as the overnight all-time high. Downside, a lot of reference points where there were buyers. First one is L's high, even though we closed just below it. Price probe, 350.61. We do not know if it's accepted or rejected until Monday. Then we have the single prints, M's low to K's high, 350.23 to 349.92. Then G's high is the price spike, 349.71. Why is that a price spike? Because, like I said, anytime we make a new high or low, JKL, I want to see how it reacts above the high or the low. Well, look, K took it out, spiked higher. We never saw it again. L just dipped into it, and we never saw it again. So price spike. That's where buyers were. Then we were 9 wide at 349.35. The afternoon pullback low, I's low of 348.75 and 348.15 today's low. We close up on the week. $11, I believe. $11.10. It's just, this is 8 weeks in a row, basically. We are just continually grinding higher. Let's go to the charts. Monthly, 1 day to go in the month. One time framing up 4 months. By the way, out of an inside month. Remember how important I said April's month was? You remember that? I said inside month. Come out of it to the upside, you go with it and monitor it. Come out to the downside, same thing. Well, if you went with that trade, you've done nothing but make money, right? April's high was 295, rounded out. We're up to 350. 55 points straight up. You were never in jeopardy. Took out February's high, so we're $11 above that for now, which is above, if you want to encompass this as a 7-month balance. If we close above it, I'm just going to be purely up after Monday's close. Weekly, not only are we one time framing up 8 weeks, we're getting distance as we're exploding to the upside. Is it getting stretched out? No doubt. 2 gaps at some point. It's very healthy that we're getting distance away from prior highs, but at some point, you want to see it just take a break and at least trade sideways. If we gap higher again on Monday for another weekly gap, or if we gap higher on Tuesday for another monthly gap, that's just nothing but poor structure forming underneath this market, and it will not be a solid foundation when and if, not if, but when sellers do show up. Okay, remember, we have gaps in all 3 time frames. And then on the daily, one time framing up now for 6 days, still getting distance away from everything. Again, I'm just looking for it to trade sideways a little bit, get healthy, and then go to all-time highs once again. The fact that we didn't get our overnight all-time high certainly tells me we're not done yet. There's certainly no excess at the highs. Bulls are just having a field day. We'll see how long it continues. I hope you had a great day trading. Have a great weekend. And we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.